This is Neil. I'm with
Hey,
Dorkaholics.
man.
At Dorkaholics, we believe there's a
How's it going?
dork in everyone. And it's our job to bring that dork out into the world.
Awesome.
To kick things off, what made you a dork growing up?
Oh gosh, a lot of the normal things like Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and Power Rangers, Sonic, Mario's. I mean, like basically everything a kid should have been playing with in the 2000s.
And your character Reggie, I think season one was such a roller coaster for him, figuring things out on his
Yeah,
own, things that he doesn't see, but we see going on with Maurice. And by the
yeah,
end of it, it's loosely a nice resolution to season one.
loosely, yeah, very loosely for sure. Yeah, and I think we do have some resolutions, but I think the second season starts off so filled with stress already that we have like no chance to sort of recover from all the things that happened in the first season.
Okay, exciting.
Yeah,
What can you tease us for about
yeah.
first episode?
Uh gosh. I think the introduction of the angels into the show is a very big deal. That's kind of like our main baddie for the season. And we sort of have to like navigate how to even begin to think about planning how to beat angels. So that's another thing. A lot of our characters go through very, very crazy character arcs this season. And hopefully things turn out well for Reginald and the crew because they are very, very much up against time again.
And how would you describe the season in 3 words?
Yeah, dramatic, uh, cliffhanger, and funny.
And is there any cast member whose role that you would want to switch with?
Yeah, maybe I was just saying I'd probably be Angela, or I'd probably be Claire, or Nikki. Now that I'm thinking about it, because Nikki's like a really cool, badass, like killer fighter person. So that'd be really cool.
And I know season one was a lot of you building rapport with Maurice, trying to solve things
Yeah,
romantically with Nikki, um, and not Nikki, as well as
yeah,
trying to earn your way on Angela's good side, more or less.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. I think this season is very much we're all kind of banded together and trying to figure out a way to beat the Angels, which is like the most difficult thing Reggie's ever had to do.
Mhm. What has been the most surprising part for you to experience filming season two so far?
Oh gosh, the most surprising part. There wasn't anything surprising per se. I think because like we know what to expect with the show, but I think what made the show a little difficult was trying to wrap up all my scenes before the strike happened. So that was a very stressful last 2 weeks for sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was not aware of the production schedule, but
Oh yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure me and the fans are going to appreciate all the time and hard work
Oh,
that everyone put
thanks.
in.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Mhm. Are there any characters that you got to spend more time interacting with this season compared to last season?
Angela and Reginald spend a lot of time together this season. Um, and I think I spent a lot less time with Nikki and with Ashley. And like Mike, yeah, and and Aaron's character Todd. But yeah, I think he spends a lot more time with Angela for sure, like which is so unexpected.
Yeah, you as you're telling, I'm going, wait, it
Yeah,
is
yeah,
like
it's gonna be
a
fun.
new mentor.
Yeah, I mean maybe.
And then when it comes to fighting the angels, is it very, I don't want to say hand to hand, but is it a very direct
Yeah.
fight, or is it more like scheming?
It's very, yeah. I feel like if people like know the show, they know it's more about scheming than it is fighting with Reginald. It's a lot more trying to figure out how to beat them, try to figure out their weak spots. And it proves to be very difficult because angels are like almighty, all powerful beings, and Reginald's just a lowly vampire. So,
Mhm. I mean, when it comes to being a vampire, season one was a lot of him figuring out how to be a vampire, understanding the diet, as well as whether or
yeah,
not and how to maintain his existing human life per se.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I would say like yeah, like this first season was kind of like the tutorial, and now that he kind of gets a grip on it, he has to like basically fight his first boss, which is like which is like the Angels. So hopefully it goes well.
Nice. Yeah, I was gonna ask him like, yeah, is he ready for this challenge?
He's definitely not ready for this challenge, but it's for some reason the point of the show is for him to save people all the time, which is a lot to put on somebody who didn't want to be a vampire. So
Mhm. Then I know. So we've got angels joining the cast. Do we have any additional vampires rounding you guys out?
yeah, we try to hire a few new vampires in the fifth episode. And hopefully they come and help us out. And well, I mean, let's just see what happens for sure.
Mhm. Yeah, we're gonna be specific with the episode numbers. What was your favorite episode to film this season?
Man, honestly, it would have to be episode maybe 4, 7, and 10. Honestly, they were all really, really great, emotional, very different episodes from the rest of the show. Um, but that being said, I would say from like the fourth episode till the end is very much a different show in terms of like the subjects that we tackle and how we sort of dip deep more into like the darker, deeper side of things.
No, I mean, speaking of the deeper things, one of my favorite parts of season one was seeing Maurice's flashback scene where the times that he was growing up in. Um,
Yeah.
what types of themes and storylines can we kind of see us digging deeper into season two?
A lot, like a lot of life and death type of feels, a lot of acceptance, a lot of ideals that pertain to like morals and like how you sort of see the world. So it's definitely a lot more emotional than the first season, but we still keep like the same charming comedy that we've always had.
No, definitely. Like that episode I'm talking about in season one, like it did not feel like out of place. It just felt like a natural. We're curious. We want to know more about these
Yeah,
characters, and then boom, this is
absolutely.
their defining moment.
Yeah, this season's gonna be great for sure.
And then, whew, I mean, what this is like a weird. I'm asking questions about answers. I'm about to ask questions about answers about
No,
questions. What
no, sure.
what questions do you think that fans and audiences have out of season one that are gonna be answered in season two?
Hmm. Um, I guess what it's gonna be like with Maurice being the new deacon of the Americas, that sort of gets answered. um, the I mean I guess there's a lot of questions about like personal relationships on the show and how those all get resolved. Maybe they do. And I think, but mostly we're very focused on the Angels in this season for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious, just because, like we mentioned, the whole structure and the life, and then the culture of vampires it took a whole season to really like dive into and understand. How much are we going to
Yeah.
learn about the angels? Are they just going to like drop in, or are we going to have a way in to understand them?
We're gonna try. I mean, I think they definitely just kind of show up out of nowhere, but we sort of learn about them through this like apocalyptic thing that they impose on us. So um, I think we will learn more about them, but it's gonna be more about how to defeat them than anything else.
Yeah, I mean, well, how did the series approach that? Just because angels are naturally what we imagine to be good
Yeah,
guys, pure,
yeah.
light. How
Yeah, I think it's really funny because in the context of good or bad, technically they are still the good guys. But for us, in our world, we're all about vampires, and the reason for exterminating us is solely based on the idea that we have not grown to be better creatures of the night. So I think they want to exterminate us because we have not turned into better people. So
all
yeah.
right? That sounds impressive. Like I can already see
Yeah.
all the ways it spins out.
Yeah, it should be interesting.
Hmm. And looking ahead to a hopefully season three.
Yeah.
After, but that I don't know yet about season two. Where do you think season three might take the game?
Oh, it's tough to say because we really end the show on such a cliffhanger that I would hope that fans would want to make sure that the cliffhanger gets resolved because it is truly insane.
Well, thank you so much for your time today, Jacob. It's been a
Thank
pleasure
you. I
speaking to you.
appreciate it. Thank you very
Wait
much.